In our interview this week, Senior Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, speaks on the achievements and challenges of the present administration over the last 3 years. Mr. Femi Adesina, you're welcome to the program.
My pleasure.
Well, congratulations if that's in place. It's the 3rd anniversary and a lot of people are giving mixed reactions, of course. Many would say that the assessment so far is that the president hasn't achieved so much, especially on the core areas he actually made promises on. That is economy, security, and even the fight against corruption. How would you react to that?
Well, there are always negative people. No matter what you do, what you say, they will look at it from the negative perspective. I think I've said this on channels before, that in Yoruba, there's a saying that your horse can never be tall in the eyes of your adversary. Even if your horse is as tall as a 2-story building, you will say, see the dwarf horse. That this horse, just a fly can knock it down and it will fall. Because it's your adversary, he never says anything good in what you do. But I believe that should not happen in nation building. Because with a nation, what we make of it is what we get.
So you're saying only adversaries are talking negative right now?
I said it. I said there are some people who see things always from the negative. There are many people who see from the positive. So it's a mixed grill. And we'll rather listen to those who are talking from the positive, those who are talking from the negative, and they are saying it sincerely. We also listen to them so that maybe we can see areas of improvement.
When people see a lot of, of course, the economic indices will say Nigeria's economy is, looking upwards, and yes, so many things, assurances like that. But the ordinary man on the street, of course, still feels that big pain, that poverty, wearing the poverty shoe. Yeah. When do you think we'll start to experience some sort of relief?
It takes a while. When the economy went down, economists themselves say the economy slowed down from about 2012. By 2014, it was on an irreversible downward move into recession, and by 2016, it went into recession. See the years it took. Slow down, then on the way to recession, then recession itself, and then after 1 year, it got out of recession. If it took 4 or 5 years to get to that point, then how can we expect that just months after exiting recession, then immediately everything is going to be rosy and chummy? It will also take a while. But what is important is let us keep it at the positive tone it has made.
In the area of security, the government will give itself, a pass mark.
Yes.
But we still see a lot of bombings going on unabated. We still see lives being lost. The farmers, herdsmen, a clash.
No,
still.
Well, I want to pick a word you used. Bombing going on unabated. That would not be quite right.
Really?
That would not be quite right. What happened in 2015 when this government came was what you could call bombing unabated. Every day, everywhere, in all parts of the country. Today is circumscribed in a small portion of the country, and it's not every day.
A small portion?
Yes, compared to what it was in 2015.
What do you mean by a small portion?
You only get to hear of this in Borno, and not every part of Borno. You get to hear of it in Adamawa, and not every part of the state. Yobe to a less extent. There was a time that bombing happened in all these states and more every day.
But not all parts of the state either.
Many parts of the state. Many parts of the state. Bombing started in northeast, it went into northwest, it came into north central. It was everywhere, almost. But what is happening now is a far cry from what used to happen in 2015.
So that's what the government means by saying that we've technically won the war, because it's still ongoing, but you're saying you've won the war.
Yes, we must appreciate God for the difference we have seen in the security situation vis-a-vis the insurgency. I'm not saying there are not other areas of challenges. There are, but vis-a-vis insurgency, there is a wide difference. Ask people in the northeast. Roads that have been closed for years are now in use. Emma's palaces that had been abandoned, and Boko Haram was actually sitting on Emma's stool. The Emmas have reclaimed their stools. Places where orientation of NYSC had not held for 4 or 5 years, the orientation exercise has resumed in those places. I think there is a big difference, and we must give the credit to the government.
When the president promised in his democracy speech, that he would fish out criminals, behind the herdsmen attack and, so many other pockets of issues going around, how feasible is this? Because, I mean, the last 3 years, we haven't really seen much done, especially on the farmers-herdsmen crisis.
He said he will fish out the criminals and their sponsors. That already tells you that there are some hidden hostile hands behind what is happening in the country. What perhaps started as genuine clashes between farmers and herdsmen has now been used. Hidden hostile hands have crept in under it to foment bigger trouble, bigger killings. Peradventure, they can demarcate the government.